Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about something that drives so many people absolutely crazy, is your makeup coming off halfway through the day, specifically in winter. Now, I know that's the usual thing to happen in the summer, but in the winter that can still happen. I know some people kind of think, well, you know what, isn't the cold weather going to just kind of like set everything? That isn't the case necessarily. I'm sharing my winter specific skincare routine and makeup routine with pro tips to make your makeup last all day, even in the cold, dry, rainy weather. So let's get into it. Let's talk about why makeup wears differently in the winter first. The air is drier, so your skin loses moisture way faster than usual. Indoor heating can dehydrate your skin even more, so you're dealing with all sorts of stuff whether you're indoors or outdoors. And if you're layering heavy creams or even skipping certain kind of layers that you actually need, your makeup can slip, slide, or even cling to like dry texture that you know you have, or even dry texture that you didn't realize you had, and it all just starts looking awful. So the goal here with this video, with my technique, is not to set your makeup in a certain way. It's not just about using a magic kind of like, I felt like I said magic really weird there, but it's not like using a magic kind of setting technique like, oh, if you set this way, then it's going to last all day, especially in the winter. This is really about little changes you need to make and just kind of small things that are actually going to make a huge difference to the way that your makeup wears all day. It's about building a base that grips, wears, and kind of flexes perfectly through the day, leaving you with makeup that's actually going to stay put all day. If you're into smart beauty like what we're going through today, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and then hit the bell button, because that means you're not going to miss my future videos. Let's talk about and go through the full winter prep stack. So that is your skincare. I have nothing on my skin right now, and it's winter, and I have just spent nearly 10 days in the Cotswolds, and it was so cold, so rainy, so dull, but still so beautiful. And this is my routine that I had while I was there, and it worked perfectly whether I was indoors or outdoors. Here's where things get a little bit different from your summer skincare routine, because usually I would start with my serum, but for today what I'm going to show you is what worked on me in the winter, in the cold weather that I was in. And that is to start with a hydrating spray, not a setting spray, not a fixing mist or anything like that, an actual hydrating spray. I'm going to be using my Kosas Plump and Juicy Vegan Collagen Spray On Serum. It's lifting, it's got plumping peptides in there, soothing flower extracts, it's got balancing ingredients in there. It is amazing for the cold weather. So we are just gonna spray this on. And the thing is, in the winter your skin feels really tight, and this is an amazing way to just like solve that issue immediately, because right now my skin was feeling very tight. I've sprayed it on, it just has kind of like loosened it up a bit. It kind of like preps your skin and adds water back into your skin. Then I go in with my hydrating serum. Now that spray kind of like melts into your skin fairly quickly, so you don't need too much of a gap when you're like before your next layering skincare. I don't know why nothing was coming out right there, but you know how I usually say that you need to leave a gap between each skincare product, like leave a little bit of time for each one to settle down. Using a hydrating mist is a really good way to, like I said, give you that instant kind of like, just that immediate kind of like water to your skin, but it just works so quickly that you don't need as much time before you apply your next layer. So this is my COSRX, the 6-peptide skin booster. This is an amazing product with hyaluronic acid, amino acids. It's hydrating, it's firming, it improves your skin texture. I have been using this for quite a while now, and I know a lot of you over on the Beauty Breakfast Club, my newsletter that I have actually started using it, and you've been telling me in the group chat, which you guys need to join because I'm in there and we talk and we chat and it's just so good. They've been telling me that quite a few of them have actually bought this and they are loving it because it's just so gentle on your skin. It's not full of any rubbish. It's actually so clean and so good for your skin and so calming and so natural, right? So that's my second product, that I'm going to put on to prep my skin. Next is my barrier repair moisturizer. I'm using my Pecan Keto cream. This is amazing for giving me that hydration, but it's kind of like sealing in the hydration. Here's the thing, I give it a full, I would say a couple of minutes, 2 minutes before I put my moisturizer on. Now I'm not going to bore you to death and just talk about some random stuff for 2 minutes, so I will edit that part out of me waiting, but we're going to go straight in. But I would recommend giving your serum time to just sink into the skin properly. What I will do though is just elaborate just a little bit quickly on the Beauty Breakfast Club. Head on over there and make sure you do sign up for the newsletter. There's basically a new newsletter that's written by me every 2 days. And we've been going for about 2 years now, and we've built a community of over 6,000 people. It's absolutely amazing. It's free to subscribe. That gives you access to some of the site, but if you really want to unlock all of the features and also join the group chat, which is all of the paid subscribers, and me, where you can ask me questions directly, then please do sign up for that, because that means you're going to be able to ask whatever questions that you want and I will answer them directly to you. So, and plus you're going to love the people in that group, because we're all just like, everything that we have in common is to do with beauty and just so much more. So I think you're going to like it. So let's go in with my moisturizer, and I kind of like press this in. Let's talk about the mesh layering technique. This is where we're kind of meshing things together, but you know what mesh is, right? There's holes in mesh, right? So it's not like a thick layer of anything. Mesh is a very thin kind of fabric. It's all about layering thin, flexible textures that kind of grip each other like fabric. That's the best way to put it. So I need a gripping primer, but I don't necessarily need to add that everywhere. So I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I smooth that over all 4 fingers on both hands, and I focus on the T-zone. And that doesn't mean you do too, but I would focus on the areas that tend to come off. That's where you're going to be applying this, because it also is about not having to apply so much product all over everywhere. Now, this is where we want to go in with our foundation. You want a foundation that isn't too heavy, so not full coverage, but also is not going to slip around and it's going to kind of stay put, right? But also something that isn't going to make our skin look super tight and dry. I'm going to go in with my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in Barcelona, and we're going to add this to the back of my hand. Then you're going to get a brush. I'm using my BK Beauty 106 brush. We're getting it into the brush, and now what we're doing is applying it along the center of the face. Just focus on the center initially. So center outwards. Now this foundation is great because it is going to actually help to keep our skin hydrated through the day as well. And the great thing is it gives you good coverage. It does last really well, but a lot of that has to do with obviously the way that we set it as well. But it's a great foundation for kind of healthy looking skin that doesn't look too kind of like flat. Now we're going to use a concealer that isn't going to slide all over, and the only one that I can honestly recommend for this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm going to put some of this on the back of my hand, because the first thing I want to do is actually get this on my eyelids. I'm going to use my spray. Always use a damp sponge, and ideally use a setting spray to dampen your sponge, because it is a game changer. Can you believe I nearly forgot to apply my eye cream? Thankfully, the foundation is not around the eye area, so I'm just going to pat that in. And you really want to make sure you don't apply your concealer straight away, so I will be kind of editing out the time that I'm waiting, which is usually about a minute or so. Okay, so we've got our concealer on the back of the hand. We've got our damp sponge. You're just going to get some all over the lids. You're going to get your powder puff, go into your powder. Now I'm using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake. This is just my Huda powder puff. And then I'm going to dust off with my Real Techniques setting brush. Eyelids are done. So now we want to add a little bit to our under eyes. Just going to do my usual kind of concealer application. Going to dampen my sponge again. Pat that in. I don't want like a super heavy base, so I'm not applying a whole load. I just want to get these dark circles covered. Okay, I'm happy with that coverage there. I just kind of take the sponge over anywhere else I like. When it comes to blush and contour, I would highly suggest using cream products, especially if you're trying to keep your makeup on in the winter, right? Because it melts into the skin better. You're going to lock it in after anyway. And this layering that we've done, we're going to keep our skin hydrated at the same time, but we're also going to make sure we're not using too many powders so it ends up looking cakey through the day, because that can end up just not allowing your makeup to kind of last as well. So it isn't just a case of makeup sliding off, it is also a case of not using too much powder that it ends up coming off anyway. So there are different ways for your makeup to come off. It can slide off, it can also just start to almost separate and come off, and that happens a lot when you have a lot of oil underneath, or you also have too much powder on, because that can start to crack, you know? What we want to do is use something that's not going to be too heavy, but also is going to give us the color that we want. So I am going to be using my Rare Beauty liquid blush in Worth, and I'm actually putting this on the back of my hand because I've got this small little kind of dinky one. It's like a sample and I really like it. So I'm going to use my Hourglass 15 brush, go into that, and then go into this. The pigment is so good on the Rare Beauty liquid blush, isn't it? It's just like, you only need the smallest amount. Do you know, sometimes I wonder who watches these videos? Like, is there anyone famous that watches my videos? Like, because when you're on YouTube, these videos can be everywhere, right? Anyone has access to them. So I do wonder, I'm just letting out my secret thoughts here. I do sometimes wonder, like, I wonder who famous has actually watched these videos. If anyone is watching this right now, who's famous, leave a comment. I want to know. Surprise me, make my day. So yeah, anyway, I do wonder that sometimes. I'm like, I wonder who, because I do get some like celebrities who follow me on Instagram, and I'm like, and it says followed you from this reel, so they obviously watched the video and then they liked it and they follow me, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm just mind blown sometimes by the people that follow me. And yeah, it's just one of those things, like, it's really bizarre. But such a good thing, but also it just does blow my mind. Okay, I want a bit of a darker contour, so I'm going to use my Rare Beauty liquid contour in Serene. And I'm actually going to apply this from the applicator, but just a little dot here and there. There you go, there and there, that's all I want. I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Brush. And you're going to see why you need such a small amount. Because like I said, Rare Beauty pigment is crazy. It's so good. You only need the smallest amount. Okay, that's a really good cheek contour. That's so good, right? Now this is the thing. We want to lock this in without drying it out. We don't want to add a ton of powder. We want to make sure that any product is not sitting in the lines. So you use your sponge to just remove any product buildup in your lines. You're then going to get your powder. Now I'm using my same powder that I used before. I'm going to get it onto the powder puff. I do like to make sure my under eyes are nicely powdered. You should understand how much you can take here. This isn't about applying the same amount of product that I use. This is about understanding your face, understanding what, like how much product you can take, and then using it that way. So I like to apply it down the T-zone, other than my under eyes, and just around this area here and my smile lines. Now I don't apply it I didn't when I was last week in London. I didn't apply it everywhere. Let me show you what I do. So first off, I get my setting brush and I actually just remove it from the under eyes because I don't like to bake. And all that does is just make you look more cakey. Then I get my Hourglass veil brush. I dip it into some powder, a very small amount, and then I press it in. It's also removing the powder that I pressed in everywhere else. And this way I'm getting like a mesh of powder all over that isn't heavy. Can you see how we've still got that contour coming through? The only thing I do like to do is just use my Fenty Sunstalker and my Fenty 200 brush. And I just like to get a little bit of a nose contour in. You can obviously do this with the cream contour beforehand if you want, but I like to use powder for that. I feel like this is where people go wrong because they end up using like the wrong type of setting spray, or they don't apply setting spray. And I'm not saying that the setting spray sets everything, because I actually don't think setting sprays work in that way as much as we're told that they do. I like it for the extra hydration, because obviously, you know, in this cold weather, you need extra hydration. You can also use this after each layer. So I like to just use it right at the beginning, which is my kind of hydrating spray. It's a serum. I like that then, and then depending on the type of makeup I'm going for, but for today, it's about the cold weather and making sure it lasts all day. I like to use something right at the end, and that melts my powder in, but it also ensures that my skin is not gonna look cakey, it's not gonna look powdery, and it's almost like melting the makeup in so that it's kind of like meshing it to my skin. What I like to use for this is the Kosas Cloud Set, not for the setting, but it's more so for the smoothing finish that it has and how it does kind of like really nicely kind of like melt everything in, and it is hydrating. So and I like the way it looks after as well. Let's just do a light brow so that you can kind of see this whole look. I just want to do a like, just a natural brow. Should I say wow? So just a natural brow, because I don't want to look crazy with no brows, but I do want it to look semi kind of put together. The next thing that I do is I do use my Dual Lip Maximizer. This is a savior for me all year round, but wintertime especially is absolutely amazing. Then you can do your lips. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Sheet Contour Duo in medium. And I just blur that in. I'm not really focusing on the rest of my face because this is really about the base, but I will just curl these lashes, and I mean, this makes such a huge difference, just curling your lashes. There you go, huge difference, right? So there you are, my finished look, perfect for winter. Your makeup is gonna stay put, it's not gonna look heavy, it actually looks skin-like, and you're gonna have people saying to you, your makeup looks amazing. Like honestly, this whole meshing technique I feel works really, really well, because you're not overloading your face and your skin with so many products, and your layers aren't completely even. And that can be a good thing in certain situations like this. So yeah, I hope this helps. It's fresh, smooth, it's built to last. The key in winter isn't necessarily more product and thick layers. It's smarter layering, it's hydration, it's flexibility. Your skin changes with the seasons. We know that, right? At this point, we know that. We're, like, a lot of you are so well educated when it comes to your skin and beauty in general, but you need to remember that your makeup needs to change with that. If this did help you today, please do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss my future videos. It really does help my videos out, so I don't just say it for the sake of it or to annoy you. It actually genuinely helps my videos. So if you've enjoyed this video at all, if you've learned even one little thing from this, please do those 3 things for me and it would mean the world to me. I'm excited for the next one. I'll see you then.